done a really good job of. Someone mentioned President Reagan's name, and unfortunately President Reagan's name was spelled wrong in one of these releases from the report card. I just want to say that I think we need to address this as a concern. If it had just been brought before the board, we could have had an open discussion. I know Ms. Graham several months ago talked about consensus, and here we find out this has all been new several months ago, and we had no knowledge of it until all of this happened. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Anyone else want to comment? Ms.
Okay, and I do want to just say one other thing, and I just kind of want to reiterate something that I said earlier. That the point of involvement, really, and I mean this sincerely, I agree with you, Tina. I think that we have great patriotism in Clay County, and it was never my intent to somehow put the message out that we're doing something wrong in Clay County. That wasn't my intent. My intent was, I was naive, and I was just looking for a discount, and I'm sorry.
I appreciate that, John. And like I say, I'm just, I just want to make sure that we are aware that our teachers are stand up in front of our classrooms every day. And I can assure you, I've never seen one that didn't talk about patriotism whenever they had an opportunity with the other 9,000,000 things they had to do that day.
Well, I have plenty to say.
We bet
I
you do.
found out about
Sure,
this the
you
same
bet
way
you're so
that
flushed.
I think the rest of you did. I got an email from the REC of Clay County that forwarded an email from the REC of St. Johns County, which unfortunately I didn't open up and read. And not until I got an email from Mr. Hughes at one of our schools asking what the heck this is and why are we sponsoring it, did it spark. I forwarded that email to our superintendent and I asked, what is this Dare to Think conference? And I got no response. And then I did a little bit of investigating also, and I Googled everybody just like the rest of you did, and I thought this does not look appropriate for our school system, a public school system, to be partnering with and sponsoring. And I wrote that to Mr. Van Zandt, and somebody requested all our emails, so somebody out there has them and knows exactly what I asked. And at that point, it seemed that we got a blanket email that was probably cut and pasted off of the website for Dare to Think, which just gave a very brief little breakdown of it. But what I take the most offense to, and I have the biggest problem with, is our superintendent signing a contract when you do not have the authority to sign a contract. I have a problem with one school board member going off on her own. You do not have authority as a single individual board member. The board as a majority is the only one that has any authority. And sitting here claiming that you're naive is not acceptable. You've had every opportunity to go to training over the last 10 months, and you chose not to. You chose not to. You've missed probably 6 very good training sessions that you should have been at, because this wouldn't be happening if you'd gone to the boardmanship meetings and learned your role as a school board member. And I don't mean to chastise you, but we should never be in this position. To think that you can use the school district's name to get a 25% discount, to use our tax-exempt ID, Mr. Van Zandt, shame on you. This is not your personal checkbook. It is not Ms. McKinnon's personal checkbook. We are not in the business of giving out loans. And to throw our purchasing department under the bus and say that it was a clerical error, no. They are nothing but professionals, and when a contract came to them, and it had Mr. Van Zandt's signature on it, it was then initialed by our director of purchasing, and her staff did what they are supposed to do. So to say that the money was paid back and that makes it okay, it's not okay. As far as I'm concerned, I think, personally, that there is something really unlawful and unethical that went on here. And I just cannot believe that this has taken place. We do not need to be partnering with this, and Mr. Van Zandt, you need to know that you do not sign contracts. The board chairman signs them, or our director of purchasing signs them. That is the designee. There are 4 statutes that I found, and I need my glasses, excuse me. The first one, don't be sarcastic, Mr. Van Zandt, it's not nice.
Okay, y'all, listen.
1001.001 is the general powers of the district school board. In there, section 4 says that the district school board is they contract, sue, and can be sued. They shall constitute the contracting agent for the school district. The school board is the only authorized and legal contracting agent for the school district. Only a majority of the school board can legally enter into contract, and that's a safeguard to protect taxpayers' dollars, and that's the reason that that's there. The next one is 1001.49, the general powers of the district superintendent. Nowhere in here at all does it say that the superintendent is the contracting agent. Nowhere in there. The power is reserved for the school board and the school board alone. Then the school depository, payments into and withdrawals from 1011.18, section 4. It says that the checks and warrants shall be signed by the chair or the district's school board designate. The issue here is, Mr. Van Zandt, you do not have that authority. And this should never have happened. To say that you were just looking for a discount, you fraudulently used the school district's name to get a discount and to use our tax exempt ID, which is federal. I don't know how you can get away with that. So all the statements that were made here tonight on behalf of opposing this, I totally agree with. We should not be involved in this in any way at all. Mr. Corrick, if you want to have this event, you have it on your own. Use your own tax exempt ID, and you get your discount through the threshold without using our school district name. So for right now, that's all I have to say.
Caroline, I'd like to talk for a minute.
Ms. Gray.
Yeah, I'm just very concerned about the board as a whole and the tone and the way that each other is, the way that we interact. And I don't know if any of you have heard or read about being a servant leader. It's something that we might need to look at, because I believe that we should be servant leaders because we're elected by the public, and we work for the students of Clay County and the teachers, and basically it's a commitment for the growth of the people. It's listening, it's empathy. Empathy to me is very important, and it's constructive redirecting. And sometimes, I believe that people can make a mistake and they can learn from it, but I don't think that berating people in public is the way to do it. I think that we should handle it differently, and I think that the intent was not to do anything unethical or wrong. It was just, helping out somebody who could have done it on their own, because come to find out he could